Hey y'all, this is Paul from Rosewood Outdoors. Today I'm going to be surviving in the Great Smoky Mountains. Come along for the ride as I explore, find water, cook food, and so much more.
So before I get out hiking, or wherever I'm going on an adventure, outdoor adventure, I always like to bring one of these, and that's a compass. So looking at the compass, you've got north, and then south, east, west. Now, this little arrow right here always points north. So all you gotta do is line it up here. This direction is true north. We are facing north. Behind me is facing south. Look at this rock here. I think it's crazy how it chips away, it flakes away like that. That's nuts. So when I came to the Smokies here, I was thinking, oh, I can just hike out in the woods and survive wherever I want. By the park rules, we have to stay at a designated camping area. So tonight we're going to be staying at campsite 18, and it's going to be a nice 1.5 mile walk out of here in the morning. I have already decided I need to take this sweatshirt off. Whew, that's a lot better. Got this adjusted. Got my thing on my pack. That's a lot better. This is smooth. This has a branch of leaves like sumac, but it's not in a tree form. Typically, poison sumac is a bush tree in a swampy type area. They typically grow in tight groups. I believe this to be a medicinal type of sumac. The Smoky Mountains is pretty much the rainforest of North America. So back in the Ice Age area, tens of thousands of years ago, when the Ice Age glaciers came down, they kind of wiped out all of the plant life. Now, they never made it to the Smokies. Thus, the Smokies has some of the most biodiverse plantage and foliage around in the country. And it pretty much reseeded the whole northern hemisphere of America. I have made a discovery here. See this tree? This is like paper when it comes to starting fire. See how it just kind of pulls off like that? So we're gonna collect some of this for tonight. This is gonna be great fire starter. It's crazy, it was just along where I was hiking. Now we've come across something interesting here. And I know it is right off the bat. We have come across some horse poop. Now how do I know that it's horse poop? Well, mostly this is alfalfa hay, fine hay, and that doesn't grow up here in the Smokies. I didn't know it, but apparently this is a horse trail. As I just sit down here on this log, it was such a pretty view, I couldn't help myself. Absolutely nuts. It's really hard to see. That peak back there is probably 3 miles over there or more. May not seem like it, but it definitely is. Maybe more than that. I'm not sure if you can hear this. Listen. There's the river down there. This feels less like hiking and more like climbing. Someone was just clapping. I think I'm a bear. The trick when you're coming across a bear is to clap so that they know you're coming. And coming from the other point of view, by golly, it works. I thought I was a bear. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. He was like clapping around. Looks like we're campsite 0.6 miles. It looks like, according to this, we just hiked 1.5 miles, which is pretty cool. Here's the Appalachian Trail, 5.7 miles, and it's that way. So my string came undone, so I'm going to cut it off right at the end here, and I'm going to melt it, and that basically helps hold it in place a little bit more permanently and not strip. Maybe it looks like that. Steady. Much better. Boys and girls, it is a long way down there. You got to be careful in these mountains. If you make one step, you're down the hill. Oh, oh, oh. That was horrible. So in a survival situation, if you hear water like that, like what I hear right now, it's a good idea to go towards it. Although, depending on where you're at, you can't necessarily hear water. But generally, like gravity, water goes downhill. So if you're going downhill, you should inevitably find water. It says A. Not sure what A. Oh, it's so pretty. I think it's time for a little snack. I have this thing right here, right, that purifies and helps filter the water. Basically, you just throw that thing out there. Let's try out this Smoky Mountain water. Doesn't hurt to filter. Oh wow. It's almost sweet. It's so good. So in a normal situation with water, you would want to boil it. But because I know this is coming out of a spring, it's flowing, it's not stagnant, and I ran it through the filter, I'd like to believe that I should be okay. These right here, anything that has a scent, food, stuff like that, I gotta hoist this up and tie it off to the trees here, basically so the bears can't get my shit. Now before we set up camp here, I really want to explore this river and these creeks that feed into it, see if we can find any fish or anything that we might be able to add to dinner here. Now, I found something else really useful here. Look at this. Wood paper. We're gonna take it back to camp for some fire starting timber. And here's another deer track right here. Heading that way. I can already tell it's getting colder. Let's go do some wood gathering first. So when I want to get a fire, I take a napkin piece, rip up some other napkin to real small light pieces, get all the loose ends there at the top in a nice tight exposed area, and crank down on this just like that. You got yourself fire. Let's get camp set up here. First thing I do is I like to clear out all the sticks here. are right here. Now don't be like me and let your fire go out. Now some of these drier pieces of wood, I like to set them around the outside. Figure I get a little skewer stick going here. So first things first, corn. We're gonna stick this corn. Come back to that. Right here is our placemat for the TV. It's a deer hide that I tanned myself here. So we hiked in this juicy steak. That's gonna be our meal for tonight. Here we season both sides real good. Just like so. Got our steak here. Had to bring some butter here. Since there's not really any showers out here in the wilderness, I'm using these wilderness wipes that cleans and refreshes. I'm hoping this will help take off some of the poison ivy that might be on some of my skin. Man, so I just met some people that came in, so maybe I'll have to go say hi later. Looks like that our steak is done here. Looks like our water is boiling, so we're gonna take that off here. All these edges here. We're not gonna use all of it. We're gonna use, I wanna have a little bit of this spaghetti and marinara here. This is what it looks like. This is freeze dried. Let's check and see if our corn is done here. Oh yeah. Let's take a good bite here. Oh yeah. Yes. Looks like our spaghetti is done here. So I'm just gonna, I don't really have a spoon, so I'm just gonna bottoms up. Here. Temperature's dropping. I can tell it's gonna be cold tonight. But meanwhile, I'm gonna finish the rest of this food. Okay, time to do dishes and so I just had someone, he was running over there. I don't know what he was doing exactly. Almost 9 o'clock here. And we're gonna watch a movie and wind down for tonight. I got my hot water bottle. I'm gonna watch a little bit of a movie and I'm gonna hit the hay for tonight. It's gonna be fun, so I'll see y'all guys in the morning. Morning, y'all. So I'm very glad that I decided to keep this tent. Almost 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure exactly how cold, but it's definitely near freezing. We're gonna go pee, boil some hot water, get some breakfast, and then start backing up. So, we got everything picked up. Time to get the pack on and start hiking. I'm so out of shape. You can kind of see it's starting to get light out. That took me about 20-25 minutes. We're trying to get back to the truck. And I was cold this morning. And now I'm sweating. I tell you what, downhill is a lot easier than uphill. I thought it was only about twice as hard, but I'm thinking more like 3 times as hard going uphill. Yeah, that's a good sight to see. We have made it to the road, guys. Well, y'all, we have made it back to civilization. This has been such a fun trip. Thanks, y'all, for tuning in.